I'm Rob, welcome back to PhotoBuy. This is the OPPO Find X5 Pro. And if you watched our review on the X3, you'll see the super deluxe organic ceramic design is back, which I'm still a big fan of. Other than the super mirror finish being one of the most heinous fingerprints magnets ever created. But to combat this, it now comes in white, which is much less noticeable when it comes to fingerprints. This is a super premium device in every way. Going down the spec sheet, it now comes with 12 gigabytes of RAM, 256 gigabytes of storage, no SD card expansion, but it does come with dual SIM support. And to top it all off, it's powered by the top tier Snapdragon 8 Gen 1. It can fast charge up to 80 watts with its included USB-C charger, or 50 watts wirelessly, which is great for filling the huge 5,000 mAh battery quickly, by around 50% in 12 minutes, according to OPPO. And no headphone jack, which is pretty much a given nowadays. The display is also a powerhouse as well, being a 6.7-inch QHD 120Hz 10-bit AMOLED display. This makes OPPO's ColorOS really pop and feel super smooth and fast with the 120Hz. And speaking of the ColorOS, again, it's one of the more stock Android OSs out there, making it a pretty great experience with very little bloat. Clean and simple with tons of customization. And OPPO vows to have at least 3 full Android release updates in its life, so you don't have to worry about getting stuck with some old Android operating system. Going back to the ceramic back for a bit, apparently to create this premium finish, the body is polished in 14 processes, which takes over 269 minutes to capture the smoothness of a pebble. But it's not only ceramic for the looks, but ceramics are much more durable than glass, so it should stand up pretty well to any scrapes and damage compared to a glass back. And to try and match that strength over the whole device, the screen is also rocking the newest Gorilla Glass Victus for the highest durability on all sides of the device. All of this also equates to an IP68 water and dust resistance rating. So you can, in OPPO's own words, forge your path without fear of the elements. Just like its predecessor, the organic curve runs up to now the upgraded camera module on the rear, which has one of the biggest upgrades of the device. Gone is the novel microscope lens, which was cool and interesting in the X3, but not that useful day to day. And in its place is not one, but 2 flagship Sony IMX766 50 megapixel sensors, both on the standard and the ultra-wide lens. This is to battle the constant trend in smartphones where the ultra-wide sensor is treated like it's not as important, usually dropping in quality considerably for most devices. But on the Find X5 Pro, however, the quality remains, and consistency when switching lenses is maintained, unlike the majority of other devices out there. Paired with this is also a smaller zoom camera, which is a 13 megapixel 2x telephoto. It's not as impressive as the main shooters, but was added most likely to give at least some extra flexibility instead of just using digital zoom on the main shooter. And as you can see here, on the front is a 32 megapixel sensor that works great for your salacious selfies. The cameras in this device are also developed in partnership with Hasselblad, hence the big old logo on the back. This is mostly work in the color tuning department of the cameras to give a more natural looking color and image. Very much that more subtle Hasselblad color look. But the Hasselblad collaboration goes a little further than you usually see with these kind of team-ups, as the native camera app on this device has a few UI changes as well, such as the signature orange Hasselblad shutter button, some super retro shutter sounds, and a nostalgic X-Pan mode for getting those classic panoramas. Very nice, unnecessary touches that brings forward the premium nature of this device. This first photo is using the standard normal wide lens, and the second one is the ultra wide. Switching between both of these photos, you can see the quality is almost identical. Obviously, you're getting a much wider image with the ultra wide, but the colors match, the sharpness is there, and they're both still full 50 megapixel images. Switching over to the telephoto, however, you can see it definitely looks a little different from the 50 megapixel shooters. It's good enough in a pinch, I guess, but I would definitely stick more to the other lenses. If you do miss the macro lens from the X3 very much, the ultra wide also can act as a macro lens itself, up to 4 centimeters. Maybe not as good as the microscope effect you could get on the X3, but still you can get a bit of macro in your life. And here's a couple snaps in selfie mode. As you can see, lots of detail in my beard, a really decent front-facing camera, but nothing really that incredible. Moving on to the video territory, the cameras actually have even more to offer. Thanks again once to OPPO's independent extra NPU processor, which they call Mari Silicon X. This allows for much more complex processing of your footage without having to rely heavily on the main CPU. The result is mostly seen in the low light modes and HDR video, which can be done at full whack 4K without any device slowdowns. Impressive. Also, with it being a Hasselblad collaboration, of course, the Pro Photo and Pro Video modes have a full suite of fully customizable settings, such as your ISO and shutter speed, as you should expect, but also in video, you can actually shoot in a log color profile, which is amazing for you filmmakers out there. And finally, going back to that main shooter, it also has 5-axis optical image stabilization, allowing for super steady footage when you're on the move. And to accommodate for both the top-tier Snapdragon and the custom NPU, it's no surprise to hear OPPO included a heavy-duty vapor chamber cooling system in this device to keep those temperatures down. Compared to its predecessor, it's nearly 75% larger, keeping it from melting away in your hand from all that power. Speaking of power, at the moment you really can't get much more powerful than this, so if you are a big mobile gamer, this thing is an absolute powerhouse. And with that glorious display and the 120Hz 10-bit, makes gaming and enjoying video content absolutely stunning. Also, it's worth noting this device has full 5G support, so when you're done taking all that high resolution photo and video, you can upload it really quickly. The OPPO Find X5 Pro is a beautiful, powerful phone that delivers just about everywhere it counts. Compared to other recent flagships, this feels like an amazing all-rounder. You get an excellent display, really strong performance, decent battery and charging, and a very powerful camera system, all wrapped up in a super premium and eye-catching design. As you probably noticed, I use the words premium and flagship a lot throughout this review, so you shouldn't be too surprised to hear that you can pick one of these up for around £1,049. Yikes, I know, but where every single area of this device is as premium as it is, it's not much of a surprise that you're paying a premium price for it. But yeah, let me know your thoughts on the Find X5 Pro in the comments below. One thing I always wonder is, if you are buying a device like this, do you use the included case? Because with a phone that looks as stunning as this, why would you hide it away with this matte black finish case? The case is nice, don't get me wrong, but not as nice as that awesome bag. But yeah, anyway, that has been the Find X5 Pro. I've been Rob, this has been PhotoBite, and don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye-bye.